Hello there folks, this is Ferengi on board again. Welcome to my YouTube channel, a place where I discuss different topics on dream interpretation, spirituality, introspection and other questions that people usually find hard to answer. And through my introspective nature I usually come up with different answers from my guidance and answers that I find on my travels through spiritual dimensions, let's say. And don't take me as like a hardcore meditational person, but I do get answers because I have a great connection with the universe. Now from time to time on this channel I also post progress that I have made with my game, because this is also a main part of my channel. But since progress goes quite slow because of the intricate things that I add, which also need testing, and for the moment I'm working on a personal battle system which will be separate from the battle system that RPG Maker currently has. I want to build it up as a sort of events that go through a certain order in such a way, probably add later on some AI, but I'm not entirely sure about that for the moment. So the point is, I wanted to actually do something in ComiPo, and I thought why not actually share it with the world. I have been using ComiPo to create some busts for my characters. It was the first software that I used for that, and I created some characters that I used as busts to specifically represent some of my characters. You can see that in previous videos of mine. And what I wanted to create in this situation was a face, a manga face that would represent madness, and also save it as a picture and export it to RPG Maker, of course. So in order to make it, let's see how we actually do this. Let's grab some of these beauties. Okay, so what I want to do here is a face that represents madness in a way, and what I'd be interested in is putting my focus on a twitching eye. Now of course the point is that I could actually digital draw this, but of course I don't have the experience. But the point is, if I gather and acquire the skill to do that, I could actually do it. But the point is, it's gonna take me a lot of time, and I need like hundreds of these pictures. So the point is, I cannot easily do this because needing hundreds of these and also needing to focus on my game as well. The point is, I can't simply accept to do that because, okay, let's move it back. So this would be, let's say, the background picture. Let's make it a bit larger, and you can use the arrow keys to actually move it up, down. Okay, now let's see, we actually need a face, which we will start with something a chin like this. Okay, and then okay, so it doesn't work with this. Okay, then let's try a triangle then. Okay, now the triangle will be the chin of the face, and of course we will make the face somewhat like this because it's gonna be somewhere over here, and don't worry about the other elements, we will focus upon that later a bit. Now let's focus a bit on the cheeks, and the cheeks will be something okay, time to make this something like this in a way, and we have to put, okay, let's see how we put it, in what way, shape or form we put it, so that we can actually turn it into a face. Okay, something like this, and we put it kind of on the corner. Okay, now this one we make slightly smaller, I'd say. Okay, needs a bit lower, 1 pixel up. One pixel down. Okay, now we replicate this one in here, go to other functions, flip, and flip vertical. Now you put something like this, and it's actually not gonna look the way I wanted. So I'm guessing I delete that, I reserve this for the moment. Let's see, can we actually create the idea of a slightly angled face, something like this instead. And this one we can actually delete as well. Let's say other functions, flip horizontal, and then flip vertical. Let's change the color a bit so that we can actually see it, and it should be around here. Nope. It should be around even lower a bit. Okay, let's make this one a bit different so that we can also see it. And now that we can actually see, the angles are kind of wrong in a way, so have it like this. So I was interested in making an evil face, well, almost evil, more like you know, a face of madness in a way. It will be the face of the protagonist in a certain situation when she goes a bit, well, doesn't necessarily go insane over killing someone or something. It's something other than that. I will just leave it to people to experience at the right time. Alright. Okay, this one's a bit problematic, I'm guessing. Okay, so now let's see. This background triangle is no longer serving me for now. Okay, so let's see. Now we can add something like this, I would say, for the head, because it's what's most important. The triangle behind kind of no longer serves me for some reason. Okay, and I can get a triangle in here that will simply unite. Wait, actually triangle should be like this. Other functions, horizontal, yes, and then it should cover the face, something like this. I always love enjoying how to, well, that's actually not exaggerated, but I always like using a certain software for a bit more than I usually would. At least I would usually use. Okay, now once we have this, we need to flip this vertically and again horizontally, and then, well, actually wait, I think it only needs, no, oh wait, it's actually the way it should be. Okay, then let's arrange it in such a way that it actually fits the two parts. It should actually be in here. Okay, so this triangle needs a bit more trimming. Okay. And this triangle over here, okay, basically her face would be more like this theoretically, because she has more of the protagonist is more of an oval-faced character, so these should actually be a bit more like this. This one should be in here, so the tips actually overlap, and this one should actually be in here. Okay, now this triangle now needs to be readjusted and needs to be put in such a way that it comes actually more like actually should come more like this in a way, because triangular face. Okay, and then this one. Now if you believe I'm quite slow, it's mostly because this is the first time I'm actually using this, but I've actually become quite of a fan in a way of, you know, drawing using basic shapes, like even in you know, reality, because everything is based somewhat more or less on basic shapes. No, it just doesn't matter. Okay, so this triangle here, this triangle requires to be here and needs to be less large and needs to be something like this. Now the point about these shapes is that they don't matter necessarily that much. Let's say in a circle, actually no, I will need a square, let's say. To hide some of the parts. Okay, now let's see, we turn this black. This other triangle in here, we turn it black as well. And now this one and this one we get closer in a way. Okay. Good. So theoretically the face should be something like this. Now let's actually realign some things around here. Okay. That's not gonna matter that much if it has those little points. Okay, let's use something to help us. Let's make this red triangle in here. That's gonna help me perform what I need. Alright, let's see. Okay, now it's actually correct, I could say. Now we can actually delete it. Okay, so let's see how else can I actually can I improve things in here. Let's rearrange this okay. Now we have the rectangle that we can actually take in here. We can actually put this one, it needs a bit more. Okay, this rectangle, we put another one in here. Okay, now we save. Good. Let's see, how do we actually make the face? Well, now let's see how we arrange. Okay, now the ears will be something like this theoretically. Okay, now we copy and we need to flip this vertically, and it's needed somewhere around here apparently. For some reason, I don't know why this shifting always makes it a bit bigger. Okay, now we kind of need, let's see, should we need actually a triangle? That's very large, but also okay, we cannot change that. Okay, so I'm guessing we need a rectangle that goes very long, and this one should be, you know, the ears themselves. And let's see, ears. Okay, okay, and then comes the ear top, which should be something like very small. And they actually look like a tip of an ear. Let's copy paste. Let's remind ourselves that you cannot have okay. They should be something like this. Now we can select them and actually move them a bit rightwards. Nope. Select them both. Huh? Nope. Bit down. Bit more angled. And they should look actually like some elven ears. Now of course the elven ears actually don't start from there. And this, oh wait, semicircle and this, and we actually move them a bit up. Actually they should be right by here. Nope, they're not here. I think they should be in here. Alright, even lower, okay. Yes, I think it's the perfect position. Let's make this ear a bit thinner, because I have the impression it is a bit thicker than it should be. And now let's see. Okay, for the hair we need some hair bangs, of course, and what better hair bangs than these? Okay, now let this in here for now, because I want to focus. Now let's start actually focusing on the more important part. Okay, we have a triangle problem in here. But okay, let's just forget it, because it's not important, okay? Let's focus on the more important parts. Okay, let's try to make a nose. Okay, let's make it actually white. Okay. I think it should be like this. And it should be very extremely really small. Something around here. Somewhere around here, I guess. Which kind of tells me that the ears actually have to be a bit higher, because ears have to be a bit higher, because the nose usually points to nose should be somewhere at the base of the ears. I will see about this. Okay, let's see how we portray the mouth. We can portray the mouth through something like this. Okay, now let's see, can we actually make it so small that it actually doesn't really mind? Okay, semicircle. It could look well. Okay, now let's go for the eyes. Okay, one should be in here, and let's make the iris first, because black and white is always easily observable. Let's make it a bit more anime so that it's big. Okay, and then let's make the second eye in here. I think it actually should be somewhere more to the right. Okay. Now what we need is a triangle, and we make it white as well. Now this triangle is gonna be the eyebrows, and it's gonna be a bit more but wait, I can't make it irregular. Okay, I think I need a triangle that I can make irregular. So the point is, I'll actually use a square to make it white, because I can play with the dimensions, and I can make it something like this. Okay, make it a bit higher so that I can actually rotate it, and then I make it much smaller. Okay, and then I add this one in here that I have to replicate the position of, and have something like this, because theoretically her eyebrows would be, would be up. Okay, I could actually keep them like this. Actually, okay, I can actually zoom more. And now we can actually hide a part of that by doing something like this. We actually take something like this, and we hide a bit of that because we don't want all of it to be seen. And we can actually hide even more of that. Now we create another one in here that we use to hide the other stuff, the other part in here. And we can actually add it like here, and it actually looks like some two eyebrows. Now of course, if we want, we can actually portray more of the eyebrows by making a white triangle, making it really small enough that one can actually, transport, and then you send back and you need to make it even smaller, and we need a few hundred of these. Oh wait, it's a bit up. It needs to be a bit up. Now this one and this one, we copy them, and now we move these four in here, and these two actually need to be brought even closer. Okay, so triangle and triangle and triangle and triangle, we copy them and we paste, and then guess what? We move them in here. I think they should actually be rotated a bit. Oh, really now you... Why you do this? Okay. Okay, should be somewhere like this. A bit like this. Make them slightly smaller. Okay then, if you want me to do it manually, I'll do it manually because I have the patience. Okay. Wait, what? I can make them even smaller, okay. Okay, so we take these. Actually, let's take just these 4. Copy them. Paste them. Wait, if you click them, apparently they become big, which I really don't want. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can actually lift this a bit. Maybe rotate these. Well, it gives the impression. Now this is very, like very zoomed in, which won't be the case of the game. Okay, so let's see. She has an iris of green. Okay. Should be something like this. Okay. Actually, her eyes are quite shiny in a way, but let's see. If I add this one, and I add another one of these, and I choose to make now apparently it doesn't work with make specified color transparent, so I will probably use an artifice that I've seen in anime, in which the eye would look something like this. This one should get just a little bit larger. Okay, wait, this one needs to be something more like this. Okay, now we need those beautiful anime sparkles, which we shall create now. We create this one in here, and then we replicate this one in here by making it even smaller. And it actually looks like an anime eye now. Okay. Let's see what could actually go wrong. Okay, so we need this and this and this and this and this. Wait, I don't need a triangle. Wait. So we copy them and we put them in here. Now that we've put them in here, we actually take this one and we put it in the opposite way. This one, and we put it we put the cherry on top in the opposite way. Okay, now let's not hope. Okay, we haven't forgotten the hair though, because of course she doesn't have too long hair, but okay, so the hair would be something like this. And well, actually it's not staying in her face though, so it's gonna be something more like this, and we need to bring it up. Actually, should we cover the eyebrows? No, I think we should not. Now the eyebrows actually not going be over the eyes kind of looks a bit awkward, so let's actually take these and let's send them a bit down, but apparently it's taking a lot of time. Hopefully I didn't break the system. Let's actually save a bit. Really now. Okay. Can I actually change this? Because I don't think it's actually very good. Not okay, so let's take let's move them lower. And see what actually happens. Perfect moment. Okay, so I think we should actually move these somewhat much upward. And they should easily be there. And now if we actually put it up, it's actually gonna appear as above the eyes finally. And what I can actually do, but apparently it doesn't want to, so I need to actually select one that has more of these. Actually this one could also help. Okay, should be in here. Should be something like this. It can actually help. And and then like this, because there are other hair bits that also show. Then let's see, export image file, it's gonna be exported right into our demo. Okay, and let's see, dark figure, no, this no longer goes. Protagonist. Okay, so let's see, it should be called protagonist and well, initial face. Okay, good. Okay, now that we have kind of finished the hard part, the fun part should actually begin. Oh wait, eclipse here. Now we should actually dive into the part where oh wait, we actually should be conveying her body in a way, because technically she does have a body. So let's do this real quick. There should be a kind of a throat in here. Okay, something like, it should be something like this, because the throat line actually goes by the ears, but I can't have her have a throat that large, so I think a throat like this shouldn't actually be a problem. And you know, we actually move this really down. Okay, sorry, you actually move in here, because I'm actually gonna take a really long time. Okay, actually it's gonna actually take a really long time. Okay, okay, so the mouse should be somewhere around the middle. Okay, and we should add something like this that would present her shoulders. No, let's say like this. Yes, this will represent the shoulders, and then it will be this one that we're gonna flip horizontally. We're gonna make somewhat small, and we're gonna put in here first so that the dimensions are similar. Needs to be a bit larger, and in terms of height it should be smaller, a bit larger. Okay, then in here. Now, to actually portray this in a more interesting way, we can actually have this in here. Okay, we need to make this quite quick, a white little one, because you know the neck ain't necessarily, you know, something like that. It's actually something like, oh wait, let's actually make it reversed. Well, you know what, let's take one of these, let's take one of this. Okay, make it somewhere like this. Okay, rotate this, and once we rotate this, this line of it will represent the throat itself. Now this one shall be made a 33, 33, 33, just like the gray one. Okay, it will be exactly like this in a way, and this one will actually go in somewhere here behind everything, actually even here. Okay, is it actually 22 that I put initially? Oh yes, apparently 22. Okay, good. And I'm gonna put this one as well in here, and I'm gonna take this one and put right next to this one so that it's not observable. Now we're gonna make a little triangle, a little rectangle in here that we're gonna make very small. Okay, and we're gonna put it in here. We're gonna take this triangle and put it in here. Okay, actually before these two, so that now we actually have a throat, and we actually put this one in here, and we move this one above, so that now we actually have the shape of a throat. And there is something a bit awkward in here because the throat line is not showing correctly. There. Good. Now we take another rectangle, and this one should finalize. Really now? Where did I put that? Okay, let's save this one again just to be sure. Okay, this should actually give people a bit of understanding why some of my events actually take a long time, because some of these I rarely take commissions from others because my you know, and that should be okay. You see my alright, let's see. Now this one in here is like this. You could actually use a white let's see, if we actually make it white, it would actually look really awesome, but hiding the upper part would be like sheer madness in a way. Let's make it smaller in a way. Okay, should be something like this, and then we would improve it something like this, and you know, the chin would actually go, a chin line would actually go nice, but I think we can actually handle that a bit better in other ways. Now what we need to finally take into account is the hair, the back hair. That's, you know, this one will be somewhat like this. Okay, it can actually go something like this and be much smaller because it's back hair. Okay, and you, sir, go right over here in the back. Actually, you need to go a bit up. Okay, and you should come over in here. You become smaller, and then okay, you overlap with this one so that we give the impression that, you know, it's more realistic hair. Okay, let's leave it like let's make it a bit to the left, I would say. Let's make this like real small. And it should be something like this. Now effect line, you's gonna move in here as well, because you're not gonna blot out the face. And voila, now he has a character. Okay. Good. Let's save it again, and let's now export this as the original name was. And after this, let's actually see how we can make a twitching eye, because that was what the challenge I had for today, for myself of course. That was what my challenge would be. Now this eye kind of gives the impression that it's a bit higher than it should be, so I think it should be something like this. It should be somewhere about, nope, in here. Oh wait, I forgot this little one that needs to be put in here. Okay, the little one in there needs to be, no, alright, should we adjust them like this so that the eyes are a bit more visible? Yes. Okay, now hopefully this is the final time we overwrite that pic, because it's kind of getting a bit lengthy of a process. And I think I actually added a lot of layers to it. Okay, now we should be something like 2, 3, 4. It's not. Okay. Okay, this will be saved as margin 2. Okay, because the eye has to twitch in several directions. Okay, now you're gonna pick these 3. One should be in here. Alright. Well, actually, I should actually duplicate this page, because it would be actually good to have them separate as separate pages. Okay, duplicate page. It would be actually good to have them as separate pages in case I actually need to conduct changes on those, instead of just doing nothing else than not preserving them and deleting them, and then if I need to change a certain one, then it's kind of like doomed. Okay. And we need to have this one and this one a bit upwards. Now it should be fine. Okay, now we duplicate this one as well, because I don't know if I've actually saved this. We need to export image file. Oh, okay, I didn't save it. Okay, 3. Let's actually save this. And well, the process, I think, can actually go on for a long time. I will actually post the result at the end. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this part in which I create things from just basic shapes. Sorry for the lengthy video, but I think wrapping it up in here would actually be a good point, because I don't want to spend too much of people's time. Until next time, you are loved and appreciated. As usual, keep up doing the good work, and well, whatever you are doing is the best you can at the right pace for you. So until next time, Ferenc on board signing out.